Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an update video. It's been a while since I've had to do one of these for the channel, so I kind of wanted to do this just because there's been some thoughts on my mind for the last few months, if I had to be honest, regarding the channel, the content I make, and where I'm going forward with it. So I've been doing YouTube videos now for nearly 6 years, specifically with this channel. Well, I know a few years back I did the crossover Clash animation series, but that was more so just me trying a new hobby and seeing where it went. It wasn't really going anywhere, nor was I having fun with it, so I long abandoned it. And I've kept really strong with this channel, the Lads Discuss channel, just my channel in general. But I would be lying if I said there hasn't been any second thoughts regarding this channel, especially from this year. So I've had this channel for a total of nearly 6 years now, and my content, I can't deny, has been varied in terms of what content I actually make with it, and specifically what I want the channel to be. Yes, when I went into making this YouTube channel, as much as I was looking forward to doing the death battle content like reactions and discussions, I was actually looking more forward to doing a game channel where I discuss video games and played video games, but you know, my channel's kind of varied with the content. It's a bit of death battle and a bit of video games, even just occasional like other discussions. And then eventually, you know, I expanded into doing the reaction like I wanted to do many years ago, but then ended up dropping that because I wasn't really enjoying them as much as I was before. And it's also the fact, you know, my stance on doing reactions to certain content has kind of shifted on how I feel about doing them, so it just made it a bit awkward for me to do them now, knowing, you know, just where, you know, my thoughts on them. I'm sorry if I sound a little sporadic. I'm going into this unscripted because trying to write notes for it and trying to do this recording multiple times, it just wasn't coming out as more honest, so I felt like it was just easier doing this like unscripted and just sharing with you my thoughts regarding what I want to do for the channel. So yeah, my content has like varied based on like what I make, as well as like what exactly my main focus is. Am I mostly a death battle channel? Am I kind of a discussion channel? Am I a gaming channel? To be honest, it's I think I've kind of done my channel injustice by just not sticking to a specific genre as well as like format, especially when it comes to the editing, because obviously my game videos tend to be extremely different from my discussion videos. Even how I am on those videos is vastly different. If you were to see like how I played horror games and then watched maybe like a Lads Discuss Death Battle, you notice you get like two variations of me. There's the one that's trying to be entertaining and silly when I'm playing the video games and stuff like that, and then there's the one who's trying to be a little bit entertaining but trying to also be genuine when sharing his thoughts on like a subject regarding like death battle or whatever. It also comes into the thing, because I record all sorts of different video types, it's led to a lot of series on this channel where some have done really well, some have not. And I started noticing it more with, funny enough, the Billy Weens I've been doing over the years. A few years ago when I did that Resident Evil monster ranking, the views were not particularly great. In fact, I don't even think I even gained some comments from that video. Then a few years later I did the Ione movie review, and that actually did vastly well. In fact, that was probably one of my most popular videos that year. And this year's Billy Ween, I did two videos, one I expected to do really well and one not so much. My Five Nights at Freddy's free discussion video with Jaru ended up being one of my most popular Billy Weens this year. But the big video I was working on, that Halo Combat Evolved horror video, it hasn't even reached the triple digits yet. It's still relatively sticking at 50 views. And it's weird, like when I went into doing this YouTube channel, I never really cared about the views on first hand, but obviously, as I've had this channel for a long period of time, and I've clearly dedicated a lot of my life to the channel itself. And because I've not seen much of a growth with it, it's making me have second doubts. And you know what the sad part of this is? It's probably thanks to doing like the Lads Discuss. It's probably due to the Lads Debate and even the D&D videos. I started to realise what people actually enjoy more, compared to some of my other content. And, you know, the D&D videos I really enjoyed. Like, when we started doing the Ruby one, it popped off. It was one of our most popular videos at the time. Different edits, and it took a long period of time, but people generally enjoyed it and the quality of it. And, you know, with D&D being popular, we thought this could be a long-running series on the channel. As newer videos were coming out for it, though, we've realised the views for it just aren't really matching like they did before. It's like because it was a new thing, so people wanted to watch more of it, but I'm noticing more there's a decline in people wanting D&D videos, and because I've not really been enjoying editing those videos as much, I find it hard to be motivated into wanting to do more of these for the channel in the foreseeable future. Now, my opinion on this could change depending on the next two D&D campaigns we plan on doing. There's a campaign I'm working on right now for what we do after Curse of Strahd, and Sean plans to do a sequel to the Ruby D&D campaign with our characters, etc. Now, I notice as well, when it comes to my content, I think where I do such vastly different videos each time I upload, the YouTube's algorithm is unsure about sharing my content more frequently than some of my other videos. And I know this because this new feature where they have this AI generated idea section where they offer ideas for what you should do for videos, and surprisingly, most of the time they recommend me either I stick to Five Nights at Freddy's videos or just something regarding verse topics. For the last 3 months I think this app has been on for, I've not noticed anything related to do with gaming or even D&D videos. Like, surprisingly, it seems as though this is YouTube's algorithm trying to tell me that these two specific things that I enjoy doing aren't pushing the videos to be picked up by anyone. Well, I also want to share like partial blame and maybe why some of these videos aren't doing well. One, I'm not a big face on YouTube. When I started doing gaming videos, I never even had a face cam on, so not many people will be interested in watching me. And as well as that, you know, the gaming atmosphere on YouTube is rough these days. You know, as a kid, I always wanted to do these Let's Play videos or even just me playing horror games and stuff like that. But obviously, as the years have gone on YouTube go for all sorts of different content these days. There's still the occasional gaming videos that will do well. I mean, Markiplier still does pretty well on his channel, but he is a well-known YouTuber that's been around for years, and obviously if maybe someone like Markiplier was starting in this day and age before he became famous, I don't think his videos would be as popular as they are now. And I think because my channel never stuck to a genre or theme, it's like the YouTube's algorithm doesn't know how to recommend my videos. And, you know, why am I bringing this up? Because I mentioned in the past I didn't really care for views, and I'm pretty proud of the community I've built. Well, it's like what I said at the beginning of this video. Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? If what I'm doing, even if it's a hobby, if I'm putting so much work into it, editing these videos, do I want to keep doing it? Or should I make a change where I can get back to enjoying videos like I used to back in 2020? Or do I just want to stop making content altogether? Now, I want to make this clear before I start talking about the next topic. I'm not planning on quitting YouTube anytime soon. I just think like I'm going to make some changes regarding the content I'm currently making, as well as what I could do for myself in the foreseeable future. Let's talk about, let's be real here, my most popular series on the channel, Lads Discuss Death Battle. This is the one thing I do not have any problems with. Honestly, Lads Discuss Death Battle is still continuously being like the main topic of my channel, and it's gotten to points where people are recommending my channel, and even some people in the Death Battle team do know about us. And generally, Your Only Mate and Sean are really great guys. Like, I remember watching Your Only Mate when he was back with Nerdbender, and the fact that he's actually willing to put up with my bollocks it speaks volumes for the patience of that man. Like, with how much I taunt that guy whenever I do get the chance, or even just tease him regarding small things on channel, he could have easily just left the channel at any point. Like, and I wouldn't have blamed him because I can be a bit of a handful. And Sean was someone who was kind of new to the platform, where, you know, I didn't really know much of him. I interacted with him a little bit online, but not to the extent of like what Mate and Yang were like with him. Then Monday he edited a few Lads Discuss Death Battles, we did that SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom video, and he kind of became like our chemistry worked out really well. Like it's actually quite surprising, like just how much we bounce off one another, especially when we gaming together. Like the hijinks we get up to is just unmatched. In a similar case, like with Jaru, he was another YouTuber I really generally enjoyed watching, and you know, me being able to have casual talks with him, and even just the banter we do. Like, for God's sake, the prick is still complaining about Resident Evil 3's remake 5 years later. It's like the guy, and even when we're just talking about things, like not recording, the guy just can't help and like, hey Bill, you know that favorite game? It sucks. So I don't really want to stop doing like death battle discussion or just general discussions at all, because you know I have fun editing those, and they're still consistent with the views and attraction I get from people. So I have no problems with those. Like if I was to pick the last thing I'd ever stop doing on this channel, it would definitely be the discussion aspects. But now let's talk about the other aspects, the gaming ones. This is the one I generally enjoy the most because one, they're easier to edit, and I generally have fun playing video games for the channel. And when I was doing live streams, people really were enjoying live streams. Hell, this year I would actually argue I've had perhaps the most best viewership with live streams than I did when I first started doing live streams. Now this is kind of more going into personal aspect, like why don't I do as many streams as I usually do, and why did I have to postpone it once again? It's because I'm still living with my family, and you know, I don't want to be that whole my family ruin things for me. They don't. It's just an awkward situation we're in. I work a job, obviously, in real life. You know, when I'm not doing Lads Discuss Death Battle or gaming, I work a job. That job, I tend to start around like 7 or 8 a.m. and I finish around 4 to 5 p.m. Like other occasions, though, you know, I'm having to work 8 a.m. until sometimes 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. Naturally, I'm bloody knackered, but there's been times I've still wanted to at least do a live stream for people. The downside of that is, when I want to live stream, the best time I could do it is around 9:30. 9:30 p.m., you know, GMT times. Now, obviously my family have to get up early to do their work. They work from home, and this was a thing that 2020 was going to be the year I finally started doing videos, like gaming videos, maybe live streams. It's awkward because my original goal for that was going to record the video, go to work, edit it when I came back, but then my family ended up having to work from home, and their companies conveniently found it easier than having them all come into the office, which it's not my family's fault. Like, you know, good on them. Like, if I could have a job where I could work from home, like, Christ, I would never probably leave my office. But of course, it makes things awkward because their offices are right next to my room, so if I'm playing a horror game live streaming and they're in an important meeting, you kind of get the idea. So live streams I want to return once me and my girlfriend get our own place, which hopefully next year we could be seeing us moving out of our family's home and getting our own home, starting our own lives. You know, touch wood, let's hope that happens. So what about the D&D portions of the videos? Like, you know, where does this kind of go into it? You know, while they are kind of like discussion videos, but they're kind of more so, it's weird how I look at it. I kind of look at the D&D videos as a bit of a discussion, as well as us bantering. But of course, we expand it by, you know, us playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't take it as seriously as I will admit Turok, Fireborn, Arcare, and Purple take it. Like, I find it hard to fully be in character, because it's like, it's not like a video game where I'm in control of my character at the moment. It's more so, I just look at something on screen, because we don't actually play physically, and I just try and be funny for the content, whereas they're trying to roleplay their characters, which nothing wrong with that. That's the whole point of Dungeons and Dragons. It's not something that, but that's why I say I would do this more for videos than I would in real life. It's not something I would frequently do in real life, if I had to be honest. Like, the fact I do it purely for content and the banter I have with my mates, that's what drives me to do these sort of like videos with them. The other aspect, because we're all on different time schedules and even time zones, like Tarot lives in France, Fireball's an American, even Sean's an American, and Purple's Canadian. I'm British, so our time zones are extremely different, whereas 8 PM my time would be around like 3 PM for someone else, and obviously it's awkward to schedule when we record these videos. So, as harsh as it might be, if the D&D videos don't start like improving in terms of views, and if they're not getting the attractions, that cost me almost like 4 days of non-stop editing, to the point I'm staying up till like 2 AM. I'm literally in my bed with in my pajamas, headphone on, laptop on me, editing these videos, and yeah, I am knackered, and obviously I have to go into work the next day. It's not fun. So what I might do is like reduce the amount of plays we have on those videos, and obviously I might even consider who is more, consistent when it comes to joining the D&D videos, like, because obviously everyone's got their own lives to live, so we can't just expect them to drop that for the sake of content. We have our lives to live, we have bills to pay, we have people we want to socialize with. That's the point of like life. So obviously reducing the numbers. Obviously after Curse of Strahd, we've already so far into that campaign, it just feels wrong to kick people out of that or even reconsider who we have on. But when I eventually do my campaign, I might be very, I don't want to say cruel, but I might be very critical on who I bring on based on how often we can get them doing YouTube videos, and if they have more free time than others would. For instance, if someone like Sean was working way too many shifts and he only had 1 day off, and we all agreed to do that, and the majority of us can agree to work that day, but one person can't, then it might be harsh, but that person then can't be in the videos, because like there's only so much we can delay videos and delay recordings before we can like say like, you know what, we'll wait for certain days. It might sound harsh, but if we truly want these videos to get out as frequently as we want, as well as like bring more content to people that enjoyed this content over the others, that's kind of the sacrifice I'm willing to make for it. Obviously, let's move on to something that's slightly a bit more positive, where I'm going in the future of this video, especially with next year. That I don't know what I end up doing in the future. I will be honest, I've never had like a graph on like how I want the channel to be. I've just kind of like randomized it. If there's a new video game out and I want to play for a channel, I'll play that. If there's a new movie coming out and me and my lads want to discuss that, we'll discuss that. I think going forward next year, I'm going to start planning out how I want to do video structures. For instance, how do I want to do lads debates? How do I want to do lads discuss Death Battle? Just in general, how do I want to go about my content? So one of my goals is, depending on how long I do this channel for, gaming videos I might consider moving to another channel. I feel like this would help out my algorithm a lot better, and it gives me more motivation to upload more gaming videos because I'm putting them on another channel. Even if they don't get as many views as Lads Discuss Death Battle, or just that my main channel in general, it gives me another platform where I can expand my content, and that is doing gaming videos, which I really enjoy doing. And I don't want the algorithm like I don't know the right word for it, but struggling to choose which of my videos to share. Whereas if one of my channels is more dedicated to gaming, I can make that a gaming channel, and the algorithm would probably be much kinder to that as it would my main channel, where I mostly just do discussions, lads debates, etc. And I guess my overall thoughts on the channel before we end this update video. Currently, I have no plans to stop doing Lads Discuss Death Battle or Lads Debates because I had too much fun with Mate and Sean, and I don't see us ending that anytime soon. Gaming videos, including gaming with lads or whatever, I might move to another channel maybe next year or in the future when I decide to finally make my primarily gaming channel. As for the other content, such as the D&D videos, I'm kind of looking at those as maybe that might be something that I'll have to stop depending on how well they do after we do the next campaign, as well as Sean's part 2 of the Ruby campaign. So, you know, if they do well, it might give me more motivation to do more of these edits and focus a lot of time on them. Obviously, we'd have to make changes such as who can join more frequently to get these videos and content out there. You know, and if the next few videos or next few campaigns don't help out the algorithm, that doesn't help my channel grow, if they don't even gain that many viewers, it's not worth me spending so many days editing them down, getting people to record it, scheduling when to record it, just for them not to do well. Because I would feel like I could have used that day to play a really cool horror game for the channel, could have recorded our lads debate, but we didn't. So, but, you know, if all goes well, then I look forward to doing more D&D videos in the future, and hopefully the others will as well. Sorry if this update video might seem a little down. It's just something that's been on my mind for a while, hence why I'm doing this unscripted. I just felt as though I need to figure out what do I want to do with my channel, and, you know, can I find the motivation to want to do more for my channel, as well as like maybe expand it and include a second channel where I upload like my gaming videos. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching this update video, and if you're new to the channel, hey, join our Discord, it's in the link in the description down below, and I hope you enjoy more of my videos in the future. Farewell everybody.